Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to episode 5 of Boss Talk Live. I'm so excited to be on live again, y'all. This is a new week, a new special guest. And like I said, my name is Essie Arrington. I'm the CEO of Boss Lady Empire, a brand of athletic wear, waist trainer, anything you want. You can shop on our website and get everything. But let me go ahead and introduce my so special guest, y'all. Tiffany Ross, who is so special to me, and I will let you guys know at the end why she's special. But she's a mom, she's an entrepreneur, she is the owner of Fit with Class, baby, and she has a nonprofit group. So I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself.
All right. Well, thank you. That was so wonderful, Essie. You're so sweet. So first of all, I just want to thank you so much for inviting me to be a guest on your podcast. It is more than an honor. I'm so excited to be here with you. You really inspire me and make me want to get out of my little shell that I'm in. So I really appreciate you. And I just wanted to let you know that and let you know how important Boss Lady Empire in this podcast is. And so I love how you bring the women together. So thank you so much for that. So my name is Tiffany. I am the owner of Fit with Class, Inc. And I also have a nonprofit called Global Grace. And I also work full-time for a nonprofit as well. And I do prison ministry work. And so Fit with Class was something that I came up with and developed while I was, on my journey with God and on my fitness journey at the same time. And, there were certain things that helped me along the way on that fitness journey. And so I was like, well, you know what, I'm going to just create my own product. I'm going to do my own thing. And that way I can buy my own product and use it and keep helping myself with my fitness goals. So that's pretty much what I do now. And yes, I'm a mother, a sister, a friend, a boss, an employee. I do quite a bit these days. But yes, that's a little bit about myself.
All right. That is so amazing. As you can see, she has her hands full, y'all. Full with all that on her list.
Mm-hmm.
So my first question to you is, like you said, you have a business called Fit with Class. What made you start that business? And give us a little background on that. What is that company, and how it came about in your journey?
Yeah, so Fit with Class was, like I said, it started when I started this journey of walking with God, and I used to be really heavy. And in the process of losing weight and things like that, I would always take pre-workout. And at one point I was like, you know what, I'm going to make my own pre-workout. I want to make a pre-workout that has really clean energy, that I can take and get that energy so that I can really put in the work that I need to put in the gym. And so that was part of how that came about. But my idea was that with that business, it was going to help fund some of the work that I wanted to do overseas. And so that was the first start, right? And so 10% of all of the sales were going towards any of the work that I was doing overseas. And so that takes me over to Global Grace. Global Grace also it's a ministry, but it's more of an international ministry, going overseas to places like Kenya to do work there. And so that's kind of how that started. It was me believing that I was walking into my purpose to do something that God wanted me to do and step out there and take a risk. And starting Fit with Class was a risk. And it hasn't been like the easiest thing, especially when you're doing all of these other things, right? Isolated, spending time with God, that took precedence over anything else. And then trying to do that, but then also working for a nonprofit, working for someone full time. So it's not always easy. But what I did was I initially was in corporate America, and I was making about $75,000 a year. And I quit that job following God, right, to go and work for a nonprofit, $14 an hour part-time.
Wow.
I
So
know.
Pay cut.
That's more than a pay cut, girl.
Girl, that's like, woo!
That was more than a pay cut. And in the process,
it's walking out on faith. That is faith right there. Trusting God.
I know. And so it was crazy because when I did that, I left that company. They tried to get me to stay, and it took a while before I could start with the nonprofit. And I did all of that with a mortgage, with a car note, with everything, with
Mhm.
going to school full time, going to ministry school full time, seminary full time. So it was a journey, but all of it started from um, a desire to walk in my purpose. And it also started from a desire to take my own product that would help me to continue to lose weight.
Oh, wow. I like everything about that. You say you had to walk in your faith. You left a good job to, let God lead you into a nonprofit group, which is amazing. Sometimes you have to trust in God and let you know that He's not leading you nowhere that He doesn't want you to be great at, nowhere where He doesn't want you to succeed at. So sometimes we just got to take a step back and say, okay, God, I'm ready. I'm ready for this opportunity. I'm ready for anything that's going to try to block me, but I'm ready to look towards you and trust in you that the
Mm-hmm.
decision I make is the decision you want me to make. That's
Absolutely.
what we have to learn to trust and believe in. But with the pre-workout, my husband just commented, he said, I cannot live without pre-workout. So do your pre-workout come in different flavors? Do you have only, certain ones? I mean, just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, sure. So I have a bottle here. So this is fruit punch. I have one flavor right now.
Okay.
And so, it was trial and error. The first one that I came out with was blackberry mojito, girl. And it looked like mud. And when you put it in the cup to mix it up, it wouldn't mix up well or anything, but it did the job. It's just that I needed to refine that ingredient list and all of that stuff. So sold that, then came back to the table and looked at all the ingredients, and I was like, all right, I gotta figure out how I can make this more so that it mixes well, that the
Yeah.
color is fine, all that. It's trial and error. I'm charting new territory that I didn't know about. And so anyways, I drink it like 30 minutes before I work out, and it gives me the energy that I need. I love it most when it's cardio day. When it's
Oh.
cardio day and I take that cardio cocktail, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. And so when I need that extra push to run 6 miles, 7 miles, I need the cardio cocktail. I need something to kind of help me sometimes. And so being 215 pounds,
Mm.
and having poor diet and all that stuff, it was hard to get up. It was
Yeah.
very hard to get up. Getting up every day, your knees popping, your ankles popping, your head big, you don't look sexy. It
Yeah.
was bad, right? And so, my stomach sticking out, my butt is just way too big. And I'm thinking, I got to do something. But because my diet was so poor, I used to drink at that time as well.
Okay.
It just made my energy level so low. And so I depended on pre-workout for a long time. I'm not dependent today, but I was very dependent on it. It really helped me get to where I needed to go. And then it also helped with that appetite suppression. I was able to, go a little longer without eating, and then finally eat something. And it just
Yeah.
really worked for me. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna have to try that. I never tried pre-workout. I always thought it would have my heart racing or give me too much energy, have me jittering.
Yeah.
But my husband stands by that. Like he'll tell me, if you go to the stove, if you go to the Walmart, get me my pre-workout. Like he lives by that pre-workout, and that is
Hmm.
so good. What really hit me with your story with the pre-workout, I said you were 215 pounds. You do not look like you were 215 pounds.
215. I am currently 156. I was 215, and I'm telling you, girl, it wasn't, I was a different person. So that at that time, I didn't know God. I was a self-proclaimed atheist. I did not know God. I did not believe that He existed. I thought, when you die, you just die. That's the end of it. And then when I encountered God, when I got saved, I didn't get saved, that way where you walk down to the altar, and I got saved in my room in the middle of the night by the Holy Spirit. And
Oh,
that whole process, once that happened, my life was different. It was the spirit that was with me. I didn't know who it was. I had to find out who it was, and all this stuff. And it seemed as though once that happened, more weight fell off. And you know how the scriptures talk about you being a new creation, right? When you're saved. And I was totally a new creation from the inside out. And so I ended up dropping another 20 pounds, and I hadn't done anything to do it. It was totally supernatural. And then, so with the desire to work out and this new walk with this God that I got to get to know, he put the workout journey side by side with the spiritual journey. And so over that, almost 7-year period, it was me with my head down and God leading me in a way like he did Israel, right, in the wilderness, right? If you think about the Exodus, right? And so you know how God kind of led the people. He led them with a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day, right? And then when that cloud set, they wouldn't move. And when God lifted, they moved, right? And so if he didn't lift his cloud, they stayed still, whether that was a day, a month, or years. They wouldn't move unless he moved, right? And so there was a period of time where that was exactly how I had to move. It was, when is he telling me to move? Where is he telling me to move? How is he telling me to move? And then also in that time, you don't have much. And so I didn't go without, but I had just what I needed day by day, right? And that's how that journey went. And so I had my head down. I isolated. I really studied the word. I was so thirsty for it. I was constantly taking it in. And then I was constantly at the gym. And so he was really changing me from the inside out using both of these things, right?
Wow.
And that was what was so powerful. And it was when I started to realize that, sometimes we carry our baggage. When we carry it, it's on our bodies. And we don't even realize it, right? And so, you carry it. And the thing is you have all this baggage, and sometimes we do certain things to cope with that baggage, whether it's food, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs. And some way, some form or fashion, you can't hide it because it reflects on your body, right? Some way, somehow. So drugs, alcohol, next thing you know, your nails are brittle, your skin is flabby, your hair is not right, your skin is bad, then food, you got the overweight, you're eating, digestive issues, your skin breaking out, all kinds of things, right? And so that's kind of how that went. And he was really changing me from the inside out. And over that time period, I was really releasing a lot of baggage that I had carried from childhood. And he traced it back to the childhood. So he goes back and traces it all the way back to, this is the root of all of this.
Okay.
And now face it, and now deal with it. And so with all of that, I faced a lot of fears over that time frame. And then my therapy was go to the gym, work out, so it's good.
Everybody's there. Well, not everybody. I think that's majority of the people there who is on a healthy journey. Like with me, I love working out because I love my results. I love how it makes me feel. I love the way when I look in the mirror, I have more confidence in myself. Like you said, it comes with baggage too, and sometimes you got to let that baggage go in order to achieve your goal. And when you carry baggage onto your next journey, your next destiny, you're not going to get far because you're going to keep looking back and you're going to keep looking back instead of looking forward to a new beginning, a new changing you, and work on a new beginning for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's all about being patient. I love when you said I had to put my head down. And I had to get to know this new God that just came into you and spoke to you. Sometimes with business, sometimes with weight loss journeys, sometimes just with life, period. It's all about patience. You have to be patient and wait on God. When I tell you, with my journey of my business, it hasn't been easy. Sometimes I wake up, I'm like, okay, Lord, I ain't getting no orders today. I ain't getting no order yesterday. What is going on, Lord? I need it now. I need it today. And it's not my time. It's literally not my time. Okay, go get Dad. He outside. Sorry, y'all. And it's not my time. I had to tell myself, okay, be patient. God is working with you. He's telling you, just wait for me. Because when I give you this, I want you ready for this. I don't want to just give you this and you're not prepared for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So everything in life is about patience, y'all. Be patient. And like you said, you were patient with your weight loss journey. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen overnight, right?
That did not happen overnight. That did not happen overnight.
You got frustrated at time, right? You probably get frustrated, like, Lord, I've been working out. I'm tired. I'm sweating. My body aches from working out. I don't feel like doing this. But you were patient. You waited him. You listen to his voice to say,
Yeah.
okay, my child, keep going, keep pushing yourself. It's gonna pay off, right?
But there's a lot of course correction in that as well. There's a lot of course correction, right? So, just like with your weight loss journey, you're losing this weight and you hit a plateau. And basically, that plateau means that you need to do a course correction. Something's got to still change. And what is that needs to change, right?
Yeah.
So, usually it's the diet may need to change. Usually it's the diet. Usually it's the diet,
Yeah.
right? When
It's
you
the
hit kind of plateau, or you need to change something, tweak something with your workout regimen. But it means you need to tweak something. And that patience, you have to have patience with God and patience with yourself, and love yourself and be kind to yourself and allow yourself the time to make the course corrections and steward what God is giving you well. And so I think, like you said, with your business, and sometimes, you're not getting sales and things like that. And it's just not easy. And you have to be patient. You do. And you have to really steward these slow times, the small things. You have to steward those so well, and
Yes.
be patient and be trustworthy and be honest with those things, those little things that he's giving you to do.
Yeah.
See those little, how are you going to manage the couple sales you got this week, right? You go get up and go take care of them right away, or because it's just a couple sales, or you're going to take it for granted and
Yeah.
just, I'll get to it when I get to it, right? And that's
Mhm.
just not going to work. And so you got to steward. That's what I learned. I'm learning that you have to steward that well, and then you have to steward your fitness journey well, and you have to literally steward everything that God blesses you with. Everything that he blesses you with comes with responsibility, and that is including your body, that's including your business, that's including your soul. He's
Mhm.
given that to you. These are gifts that we're even living, right? So you should
Yes.
steward those things well, whatever he's giving you, just like your family, your friends, whatever he's giving you, gotta
Yes.
steward it.
And I agree. Oh my God, you are touching so many key points that I had to learn to accept myself. Like you said, accept the fact that he's blessing you with this business, accept the fact that you are getting customers here and there, because some business don't get that. Be
Hmm.
thankful for the little wins, is what you're saying in so many words. Be thankful
Hmm.
for the little things that he's blessing you. And like you say, he's probably asking me, okay, I gave you these 5 sales. What are you going to do with these 5 sales? Are you grateful for the 5 that I'm giving you? Or are you complaining for those that I have?
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's all based on, just waiting on his word, waiting on him to push you to your goal. Another thing I want to touch on, a lot of us struggle with staying consistent. With your weight loss journey, you had to stay consistent, right? Was it
Yeah.
times you were just like, I'm over this, I want to give up, I don't want to do this? Or just with business alone? Is that something
Um,
you have to do, is staying consistent, right? With just anything.
yeah, you do have to stay consistent with my weight loss journey, with fitness. There was never an issue about staying consistent. Only in the very beginning, because it was hard, but my mind was so set on
Mm,
doing it that
okay.
there was nothing that could change it. My mind was set. I was not going to be a big woman. That was not the lot for my life, right? I was not going to be heavy and unhealthy. And so I saw how I wanted to live. And in my mind, I saw this active, bright life, with the sun shining on it. And you can go take a jog and you can at least run a mile. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so that consistency, my mind was pretty much made from there. So there was no changing it. So consistency was pretty easy. So
Wow.
much so that if I know I got all these things to do in the day, and if I got to get up at 2 a.m. so that I can get to the gym, then I'm getting up at 2 a.m. so that I can get to the gym, because that can't lag, right? And so if
Okay.
I need to spend time with God, and I need to go to the gym, and I know it's hard for me at night, well, I'm up at 2. I got my coffee. I'm sitting down with God for an hour and a half. I'm going to the gym. I'm getting that out. The most important things that has been with me on this journey, which is God and fitness, is the first thing that happens in the morning. And then I can finish the rest of my day, right? And so then, even like you say, with your business, you do have to be consistent, because the consistency is where you're developing a foundation. God, the thing that God is doing is not just for one purpose. It's not just for one reason of, stewarding well and appreciating the little wins. It's also, that's how good God is. That's how miraculous he is, right? Because he can accomplish a lot in one situation. He can accomplish many things. And so also what he's doing is he's guiding you to develop a foundation. Because if you think about it, you're selling a couple items a week, right? But you have to understand what that process of selling looks like. You have to understand your profit margins. You have to understand these things. And if he overloaded you with 500 sales in a week and you don't got the foundation right, it's going to be hard. And sure, some people can learn. Some people can learn the hard way like that. But I would prefer, work with me, Lord. Help me understand the foundation. Let me get some things in place. Oh, I have an idea that I want to sell some of my products, overseas, right? I want to export it out. Okay, well, if that's the case, what does that look like? How is that? Is the domestic sales, do you have that process going well first? And then you can think about going international with your product. So it's a lot to think about, sure. And like you said, consistency is definitely key.
Oh my God. Y'all, hope y'all got the pen and paper out. Do y'all got y'all pen and paper and notebook out? She is dropping things for you guys to hear. If you hear me, you have to have the foundation. That is the most important thing. You can't come out here and say, oh, I'm finna start a business. I'm finna sell weave, or I'm finna sell lash. I'm finna sell waist trainer. Where's your foundation at?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell a person you selling all day long and you want orders, but what do you have to build off of it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That plays a big part. And I have never touched on that with anybody in Boss Talk, is building a foundation first. And that's what something with Boss Lady Empire I had to do. I don't know if you had to do it with your, fit with class, but I had to build that foundation. I had to put myself out there. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to be consistent. It wasn't easy for me. And like you said, I like what you said is, when something is important to you, you gonna get up every day and you gonna make time for it. Yeah. And you're not gonna have excuses. And that's something us as people, we do. We make excuses for everything that we need to do, but things that we shouldn't be doing, we don't make excuses for that, right?
It's true,
we'll blame everybody else for it, right? You'll tell a person all day long, okay, I'm gonna get in shape, y'all. I'm gonna start this weight loss journey, but I don't got time for it. I gotta go to work. I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta wash the clothes. I gotta clean the house. But you gonna make time to go have your wine. You gonna make time to go party, hang out, stay up late for your TV show. But when it's something that you truly wants to do and that is important, you have to make time. With me, I'm not a morning person. I like to stay up late and I like to take notes. I like to get my products ready. I like to know what I'm going to do for the whole week, and then I go to bed. No matter if you're a morning person or a night person, make time for the important things. And like you said, make time for God too. Give him a little time. He don't want all your time. He wants a little. Just give him a little bit. And I promise, when you give him a little bit, watch how everything changes in your life.
Yeah, it's true. It changes everything. I mean, when we're talking about the foundation, you can start there, right?
Yeah.
Your foundation with Christ first, right? That foundation really shapes the trajectory of your entire life. And a lot of people don't really understand it. And I didn't understand it either, But I remember prior to even walking with God, that discipline and that consistency, you really do have to learn that. But there was a time where I was very insecure and I felt very inadequate in terms of being able to accomplish anything, right? Okay. And when I saw women that had what I wish I had, there was a jealousy there. There was an envy there. Yeah, because I'm insecure. They have something. And then I heard this girl say one time, she said, if you want something, you just work harder to get it. If you know you want this, you just work harder to get it. You don't cut a person down or be jealous of another person. It's not like what they have is not attainable. If you want something, go and get it, right? Just go get it. It's as simple as that. You want to lose weight? Just do it. These days, you don't even need a trainer because they have so many free YouTube workout sessions, right? You don't even need to need a trainer. I've given people workout sessions and meal plans, setting their macros for free. I don't need any money from it. I just want you to do I'll give you the tools. Just go do it if that's what you want. You want to be successful in some way. You need the discipline to be able to do it. Then just do it. What do you need to do to develop the discipline? But don't blame anybody if you see that you're not going where you'd like to go. Don't blame anybody when you see that you're not accomplishing what you really deep down you want to accomplish. And so I cannot fully wrap my mind around that. Around wanting something and not doing something to try to get it. I cannot comprehend that. I've not been able to. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's interesting, but change is scary for people too.
Yeah. Oh, say it again. Say that again.
Change is scary.
It's scary for people, but they see other people doing what they want. And you said that is so true that you were able to be honest and say, I was jealous.
Oh yeah.
I was jealous of other women because I wanted what they had. And a lot of us women suffer with that, but change is scary for people. Mm-hmm. People get so comfortable in their situation that they can't see past to see what's out there better for them. They're so comfortable in their bubble and okay with it that it's like, well, I don't got to do much. Mm-hmm. I don't want much. But then you look at the next person like, oh, she thinks she all that. Oh, why she got this? She got this because she made change in her life. Yeah. She took the next step to change her life, to make her life better. That's how she got it. Everyone can have anything in this world, but you have to be willing to change.
You definitely have to be willing to change. It's not easy. You do have to start with the small things, but if you really want it, that drive, there's a drive. I noticed that there's also, when I was heavier, there was this switch in my mind, right? And this switch was trying to tell me to just accept the weight.
Oh, so it's also a mind thing.
It is. It was telling me almost like it's trying to get you to just give in to it. Just give in and accept that you're heavy and you like to eat and you like to drink and just accept it. But I'm not cut from that cloth. I've always had to fight, right? I'm just not going down easy, right? And so I would sense that switch in my mind and I would always fight against it. Like, I just can't accept that. I can't accept that at all. I can't accept this lot in life when I know that there's more out there. I know I can do more. So that drive, there has to be something in you that when you see it, you want that more than you want comfort. You know what I mean? You have to want that more than comfort. And it just reminds me of like even Israel when they were coming out of Egypt, they were comfortable in their slavery. Yes. Always comfortable in their slavery, right? And so every time something didn't go right as they're following God, they wanted to revert back to, what was going on in Egypt. Oh, if you had just, they want water. They thirsty. Oh, you just brought us out here to the wilderness to die. You could have left me in Egypt. In Egypt, I had water, I had food, I had vegetables, I had everything. You could have just left me there, right? And I know God's thinking, you foolish people. That's why they never made it to the promised land. Because always in the back of their mind, they were always trying to go back to where they came from because they were comfortable in their slavery. And so you have to just really try to break out of that slavery, man. That's not because you're a slave to the food. You can be a slave to the alcohol. You can be a slave to the drugs. You can be a slave to the sex. You can be a slave to a lot of things. And you think you're just living life free, but you're really a slave to your sin.
Oh, baby. I told y'all this boss talk was going to be good. I told y'all she was gonna be dropping some knowledge, baby. You teaching me. I'm listening and learning. You're speaking life into me, honey, and that is such a beautiful thing. When she said your mind sometimes can keep you where you at. And it's like, I love what you're saying. You're speaking to everyone, not just to the big women, to small women. You're speaking to everyone who's suffering from addiction, who's suffering from alcoholic abuse, who's suffering from weight gain, weight loss, who's suffering from, not being able to be healthy and live a healthy life. You're just speaking life to everyone. And what I love the most about what you're saying is that stop letting your mind determine what you can change in your life.
Mhm.
Stop letting your mind tell you you can't do this, you can't do this. And I've learned too, the more you tell yourself you can't do something, the more your mind is going to continue to tell you that. But the more
Mhm.
you train yourself to say, oh, I'm gonna get up in the morning, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna make this sale, I'm gonna get up and create content for my business, or I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do what I have to do to be great. The more you tell yourself and speak life over yourself, the more you will see changes. But the more you keep telling yourself you can't, you can't, you can't, you can't, you can't, then you ain't gonna do it. You ain't
Mm-mm.
gonna do it. You ain't gonna accomplish nothing. And I have to tell myself that, oh, I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be a millionaire. God is gonna bless me tremendously. And I keep speaking that over myself, and that's
Yeah.
something us as people have to deal with. And another thing I love that you touched on when you said, I wasn't built to stay a heavy woman. How do you feel when they say being overweight is the next best thing? That's the new trend that's going out there.
But I disagree. I just simply disagree with it. I think the thing, you can be skinny and totally unhealthy. The
Mm-hmm.
point is you want to be healthy. You want to be healthy, you want to be active, you want to get your heart right. You want to steward the body God gave you well, because you only have one of them, right? And so with the heaviness, if you just look at your daily habits, you'll know something should change.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that a heavy person can't be healthy. I'm not a doctor, right?
Okay.
But I do understand that being overweight has its downsides, right?
Okay.
And just even from going to the doctor myself when I was heavy, obesity. What all comes with obesity? Just think about that. If you are obese, what comes with obesity? Think
Yeah.
about the diabetes. Think about all of these things, right? And so
Yeah.
it's no one's trying to shame you. I think the issue is not that the thing is people are like open wounds sometimes,
Okay.
right? And so if you say the truth, right, it can hurt them even though it's the truth. And so really
Yes.
this body positivity thing is an effort to stop people from shaming people for being overweight, when the
Okay.
truth of the matter is that is something that needs to be addressed. I'm not your enemy, right?
Yes.
I'm not your enemy. Me saying that being heavy is not a good thing, it's not going to kill you. However, being overweight and obese can kill you. You see
Yes.
what I'm saying?
I
So
agree.
it's not, you have to really think about it. It's, you want people to accept these things that you're doing to yourself, and we're trying to tell you there needs to be a change. And because you don't want to change, you are saying, hey, you don't have tolerance, you're not accepting me, you're not this, you're not that. But no, we're just trying to help you. So I'm not entirely I'm not sold on that movement at all. Being overweight, I'm not sold on it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't even that please don't crucify me, y'all. I used to be heavy. I know, but don't crucify me. I'm just not for it.
I totally agree. Like, and don't crucify her. She's telling the truth. She's speaking knowledge. She's letting you guys know she's been there before. So she can relate. She can tell you how it made her feel. And then I think that's something that is such amazing. That's why I really wanted her to come on Boss Talk, because she is dropping knowledge. She's spreading the truth. She's telling you how she had, her spirit walk with God on all these different journeys, with her everything and doing different things. So that just means a lot to me that you're able to touch on that, because it's time for our community. And I'm just speaking on it. It's time for our community to get up and start doing better in life, to accept
Mhm.
change and be comfortable with change and being comfortable with people being honest with them.
Mhm.
Sometimes honesty is good. All opinions are not good. I agree. Some opinions could be like, girl, you could have kept that to yourself,
Yeah. Yeah.
But majority of the people comes from a genuine part and they're just trying to help. So I think that's something in our community we need to work on. It's hard. It's hard.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
hard. We're programmed that way. We're programmed to accept the bare minimum. It's okay just to be comfortable at this level. You don't have to be up here. Just be here, in our community. So that's something I definitely think we need to focus on and work on as well.
I agree. We have a lot of things going on in our communities that could be addressed, but I wouldn't be one to really speak on all of them. But yeah, definitely, because the question is who told you that you couldn't do the things that you really want to do? Who told you that you had to live at the bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
And so, but usually it can be a generational thing. It can really be a generational thing, and so it's hard to change a way of thinking and a way of being in a culture that's in generations. It can be very hard to make that kind of change overnight. That has to, that's a miracle from God to have that kind of change, right? That is definitely a miracle from God. But my thing would be is just don't accept what society is just telling you. Don't accept just know anything. Be renewed. Allow your mind to be renewed by the word of God if you are a believer. Because the mind has a way of sabotaging. And one example that I use is anytime I want to fast. The minute I say I want to fast, my mind is like, I want cheeseburgers. I want and let's put all the carbs that you can eat right now before you start the fast, right? Yeah, and it wants you to just eat everything before you start the fast. And in your mind, that's going to make the fast worse, right?
Yep.
And then you're in the fast and it's like, man, I want this, I want that, I want this. And then the minute the fast is over, it goes away. The mind will literally sabotage you. It will tell you you cannot do it. You will not be able to do it. Don't even attempt it. You don't have the resources. You don't know the people. You don't have a way. Your mind will really do everything that it can to shut you down before you can even get started. I see this so often from relationships or business, or it's even me. It's tried to affect me as well. The mind is just that way. And so, you really have to kind of override that. But then the question is, what are you pulling into your being that can help you override that, right? And so the thing for me is because I was taking in so much of the word of God, it was overriding my mind. My mind was falling in line with the will of God. My mind was falling in line with what he wanted. And when that happened, everything followed, right? So it made it easy to leave a $75,000 a year job to go to a $14 an hour working part-time, going to school full-time. It made that easy because I knew I was following God. And there's no way you can understand that unless you spending a lot of time with God. You got to spend a lot of time to do anything, anything like that. You didn't think about starting a business, Essie. Even starting a business. And don't get me wrong, there's people who don't know God that start businesses and they're successful. I get that, right? But I also understand that foundation that you need that's solid. I think about when I think it was a market crash or some hedge fund thing or whatever, and all these rich people had lost all their money and committed suicide, right? Well, here they were rich, they had the drive, they had the money, but they had no foundation that can keep them whether they had money or not. And so because money was their life, when it left, they decided there was no more purpose to live. That's crazy. So for me, I need to be content whether I got 1 sale, 5 sales. I need to be content whether I got, $1 million coming in or nothing coming in.
You better say it, because guess what? When I have that 1 sale, I get up and I do a hallelujah dance. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. You have to thank him for 1 sale. Thank him for no sales, y'all.
Yep.
Thank him for no sales, because guess what? He's giving you another day to get up to grind again.
Yep.
You get a second chance in life. Every day that you wake up in the morning and you breathe air in your body, that's your second chance of winning. That's your second chance of gaining that what you want, getting to that goal, reaching that goal that you want. Never get hard on yourself when you wake up and you say, I didn't get no sales, I didn't bust my butt, I didn't did this. Or even with weight loss, even in your job, you going for a promotion and you saying, they didn't even notice me today, I took all these customers. Don't think of it.
Don't even trip. Don't even trip.
Because I'm telling you, the next day is another day to show
Yeah.
up and show out and to thank God for it. Because,
Yeah.
baby, I tell you, I wake up every day and I just be like, thank you, Lord, for
Mhm.
yesterday. Thank you for today. And thank you for tomorrow, because I know today is going to be amazing. So that's the mindset you have
Yeah.
to have in anything. Be grateful for what you have. Because I tell my kids every day, you might not have what your friends have or what this person have. Be grateful for what you have, because somebody
Mhm.
out there got worse than you. And you know something, now that you saying this, I had a conversation with my grandma. She's 70, she'll be 79 this year. She always tell me, I'm old, I'm tired, I can't work out. I said, Grandma, stop saying that. Stop telling yourself what you cannot do. The more you speak that, the more you're training your mind to think that way. I said, Grandma, be thankful that you woke up this morning. Be thankful that God, got you started on your journey. You're still walking. You're still in the right state of
Mhm.
mind to be able to have this conversation with me. People
Mhm.
out there that 79 are not able to do what you do. And so in life, I have
Yeah.
to tell myself, people are worse. So just be thankful for the small things.
Man, listen, I hear you. I think when I went to Haiti, that was my first missions trip, and I went over there and I saw how things were, and I came back and I was different. I was really different
Really?
because it I looked at it and I said, I come home and you complaining about your cell phone, you complaining about your hair, you complain about all these things. You have no idea there are issues in this world. There are people fighting for food. There are people that don't, they literally have nothing. They're staying in
Mhm.
shacks. They have no water. They have no electricity. It's hostile in their environments. They're at war all the time. And so going to Haiti and then coming back home, I was just thinking, this is so empty. Like, what are we doing? We're so privileged. You understand there's bigger issues in the world. You know what I mean? And so when you say be thankful, absolutely. You have to be thankful. And I love how you said every day you have a new opportunity to change
You
something.
do. You
You
do.
literally, I mean, just put up
Oh,
to make
okay.
a change.
Okay.
So I just think that's wonderful. When you said that, I think you say it and it sounds simple, but people need to put that in perspective.
They have to. They have to. It's a new day. It's a new day. And every day is beautiful. Every day is going to be a beautiful day. Everyone's going to have a bump in the road. Everyone's going to go through something. Everyone is going to have someone that's going to have an opinion, have something to say, and, put you down, make you feel bad about yourself. But brush it off, get up, and look at the next day and say, you know what? This is my second chance.
Yep.
I feel like everyone waits for the new year. How everyone be like, oh, the countdown coming. I get a whole new year to start over. I'm so excited. Oh my God, 2023 coming. Stop thinking about it. Stop waiting at midnight on the last day of the year to say this is your new chance.
You literally passed up 365
What?
days.
365 days of the year to do
Oh,
something
girl,
different in life. I
stop.
just don't understand how people wait till midnight, like, oh my God, yes, y'all, we get a new year. Let's turn up and be a millionaire. What's the other, 365 days that
What
God
you talking
gives you
about?
this earth? 365 days, baby, 7 days a week. You get 24 hours in each day
In
to
each
do
day.
something different.
Yep.
Even if it's just to go and work out for 10, 15 minutes, if it's to go to work on your business, if it's to go to show out and show out. And something, before we go, I listened to this lady, her name is Coach Stormy. She said, always wake up and work harder than the next person.
Mm, mm,
Always work harder than the next person. She says three type of people in this world. She said it is a watcher, it is
mm,
a watcher, a maker, and a clueless person.
mm.
What three are you? Are you the maker, the clueless, or the watcher? I'm the maker, baby.
Mm.
I'm not going to be clueless to nothing because there's too much stuff out here for you to research. YouTube is like a whole new school now. You YouTube
That's a
anything.
good point. That's a
You
good
know,
point.
it's so much out here. So you don't have to be clueless to nothing. You don't have to be a watcher. Why do you want to sit back and watch somebody else get at their goal to become a millionaire, to do what you can do. Why watch them? I'm not finna sit on nobody live. I'm not finna be in nobody inbox asking them, can you help me? Can you do this? Can you? No. Stop being a watcher. Get out there, grind, and do what you got to do to achieve your goal, and stop sitting back watching everybody else do it and blaming everybody else why you can't do it or why this person getting it and you not. Stop asking God, why you bless this person, but you not blessing me? Mm-hmm. It's not that he's blessing that person. It's that that person is walking in faith. It's that person is listening to his word. It's that person get up every morning. Like you say, you get up every morning at 2 a.m. You give him his time. You get up, you go to gym. You have your coffee. You're staying consistent. That's why he's blessing you. You cannot have faith without work, y'all. Always remember that. It does not go hand in hand. You have to work for what you get. God is not going to bless you and just $1 million going to fall out the sky. He's going to say, what is you doing? I'm going to lead you to what you need to go to. I'm going to open up doors. But when I open that door, you have to be able to talk. You have to be able to, get the room to see you, to see your glow. I can get you there, but what can you bring? You know what I'm saying? Like they say, I can lead you to water, but I can't force you to drink it. So y'all, look, we're preaching. So, we're just trying to spread love and joy to y'all and just let y'all know it's ways around everything you do. And you get 365 days to make that change. Stop telling yourself you can't do it. Stop letting your mind tell you, and stop not speaking life over yourself. And I definitely want to give Tiffany the floor and let her tell y'all where y'all can find her at. Where can y'all find her at? She's such a good speaker. She needs to be a motivating speaker, baby. She needs to have an actual day and time where she go live so we can hear her speak and pour into us. Let these people know where they can find you at.
Well, you can find me on YouTube. It's Tiffany Ross. That's my YouTube page. And then also my website, fitwithclass.com, and also tiffanyross.com. So any one of those places, you can find me. You can find videos that I've uploaded, some teachings and things like that. And that's something that I need to do more of. So you are right, Essie. She's always pushing me. She's been pushing me since she called me.
Pushing her because she has what it takes, and God is letting her know, but I need her to get out there and show up and show out, baby, because you have something to bring to the table. And when you're not putting it out there, guess what? Can nobody find you and can nobody see your beautiful face and hear what you have to say? So it's time for you to give it all and put it all on the table.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Essie. Right. You're so sweet.
All right, y'all. So y'all just had it. I told y'all it was going to be hot and good, and that she was going to be dropping jewels, and that y'all had to have y'all pen and paper. So I want to thank Tiffany Ross one more again, y'all. My high school friend, y'all. Do you hear me? High school. We both from Maywood, Proviso East High School, baby. Thank you so much, love, for being a part of Boss Talk Live today. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interview you and you to speak your truth. I truly appreciate you. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for next week's episode. Matter of fact, guys, I'm sorry. It's Mother's Day. I'm not going to be on Boss Talk Live. So the week after that, stay tuned for our next guest, episode 6. And we will be talking with you guys really, really soon. Bye.